This morning, a 72-year-old woman died suddenly. She died because she made a mistake she didn't realize she was making. Every day, many people over 70 make this mistake. The truth is that as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to habits that don't seem to hurt us. Sadly, these seemingly small choices can add up to big health risks. Watch this video to learn 4 mishaps people often make in the morning that could put their safety at risk. Most people over the age of 70 make at least one of these mistakes every morning. This is the worst part because it can have terrible effects on their heart health, blood flow, balance, and brain power. Luckily, these issues are easy to avoid once you know about them. Doing so could mean the difference between living a healthy, active life and having to deal with a serious medical emergency. Wait until the end because the last mistake isn't talked about much, even though it's a big deal. It makes you much more likely to fall, get vertigo, or even have heart problems, and many older people do it without realizing it. Don't forget about it. Before we begin, I want to thank you for taking a moment to be here. This video holds a quiet insight, something that may offer you a bit more peace, perspective, or even a smile by the end. I hope you'll stay with me through to the last moment. If this space feels comforting to you, please consider liking, subscribing, and tapping the bell so we can keep walking this path together. And if you're here now, I'd love to hear from you. Just type, "Still learning, still shining." Your words make this community feel even more connected. Okay, I think we can begin. The first mistake was getting dressed before getting out of bed. It might not seem dangerous at first, but getting out of bed too quickly is one of the most dangerous things you can do first thing in the morning. It might not seem like a big deal, but this common habit can make older people lose their balance, have blood pressure that is too low for their comfort, and even fall. It gets harder for our cardiovascular system to bend as we age. If you lie down for a long time, blood will pool in your legs and feet. Your blood pressure could drop a lot if you stand or sit up too quickly. Orthostatic hypotension makes a lot of people over the age of 70 feel dizzy or lightheaded in the morning. Remember when you woke up from the last nap? Did you feel a little unsteady for a second? That first step might not have been clear in your mind, or you might have needed some time to calm down. When things change quickly, your body wasn't ready for it. If you aren't careful, that moment of instability could cause you to fall and hurt yourself. Picture a 74-year-old man like Edward. He would get out of bed as soon as he woke up every morning by swishing his legs over the edge of the bed. Prior to a morning blackout that caused him to lose his balance, he hadn't given it much thought. It might have been considerably worse if he hadn't fallen onto his bed. He then understood he had to alter his morning routine. The answer is straightforward and effective. There is a 3-step process you should follow instead of hopping out of bed. To begin, as soon as you open your eyes, wiggle your toes and fingers and take a few deep breaths. This aids in promoting blood flow. As a second step, roll over onto your side and slowly sit up, ensuring that your feet remain on the floor the whole time. Third, take a few seconds to center yourself before standing up. This includes moving your ankles, stretching your arms, and generally letting your body adjust. As you may already be aware, falls are a major risk for older adults, causing fractures, hospitalizations, and even long-term mobility problems. This seemingly little habit change can significantly lessen your likelihood of dizziness, imbalance, and falls. If you've been rushing out of bed every morning, it may be time to reevaluate your approach. Those additional moments spent in bed could potentially be life-saving. Secondly, I forgot to drink water first thing in the morning. People, particularly those over the age of 70, make the grave error of not drinking water first thing in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, you probably don't give much thought to staying hydrated. However, after a few hours of sleep, your body experiences mild dehydration, which can have major effects on older adults. Your body keeps working even while you're asleep. You exhale air through your lungs, your organs function, and you lose fluids through perspiration and respiration. Your blood is marginally thicker, your circulation is marginally slower, and your body is marginally underperforming when you awaken. Rapid rehydration is essential to preventing complications like hypertension, poor circulation, and even cardiac arrest or stroke. Consider your first emotions upon waking. Is it common for you to experience dry mouth upon waking up? Is there any stiffness in your joints? Perhaps you've noticed that it takes you longer to feel completely awake, or that your energy levels appear to be lower than usual. All of these things can happen if you don't drink enough water first thing in the morning, and if you prefer coffee, you might be exacerbating the problem. Consider a 76-year-old man like James. Upon awakening, he would routinely proceed to get his coffee. He did it every day for many years. Even though he had never given it much thought before, he began to occasionally feel lightheaded and foggy-headed first thing in the morning as he grew older. He was advised by his doctor to drink water upon waking up. He saw results after only a few weeks. His energy levels increased, he felt more awake, and the frequency of his headaches decreased. Maintaining a healthy blood pressure, kidney function, and heart rate all depend on an adequate intake of water. If you have trouble digesting food, drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning can help keep things running smoothly by rehydrating your organs, getting your blood flowing properly, and starting your metabolism off on the right foot. Start small. Have a little glass of water first thing in the morning if you're not someone who typically drinks water first thing in the morning. Put it next to your bed if that helps. And if you like warm drinks, water with a squeeze of lemon is a good substitute. Your body has to be properly hydrated in order to perform at its peak after working so hard all night long. Hurry up and drink before you're thirsty. Drink water first thing in the morning. Dehydration sets in long before you feel thirsty. Your physical self will be grateful. Leave a second comment to let me know you're here if you're still watching the video and finding these insights valuable. All right, let's proceed. The third blunder is to have coffee before you eat. Having that first cup of coffee is often considered the official start of the morning for many people. The same ritual has persisted for many years. First thing in the morning, make a new cup and go about the day. Unfortunately, there is a catch. After the age of 70, drinking coffee on an empty stomach may be detrimental to your health. You are in a vulnerable physical condition and have an empty stomach when you wake up. Low blood sugar, an immature digestive system, and high levels of the stress hormone cortisol are all symptoms of hypoglycemia. Increased stress on the body, gastrointestinal distress, and even chronic problems like acid reflux and stomach irritation can result from drinking coffee on an empty stomach, since it can cause that cortisol spike even higher. Your body is trying to tell you something if, after drinking coffee first thing in the morning, you feel nervous, dizzy, or even a bit sick to your stomach. For older adults with more sensitive digestion, the acidity of coffee can irritate the lining of an empty stomach, causing indigestion, acid reflux, or heartburn. This irritation can become a daily issue without you realizing it. Imagine someone like Robert, who is 75 years old. Black coffee first thing in the morning, and then food was his routine. Until his acid reflux symptoms started happening more often, he didn't give it any thought. He thought it was just getting older or eating spicy foods. But after seeing his doctor, he realized that drinking coffee first thing in the morning was actually making his digestive system work harder than it needed to. Before his coffee, he began to eat a small snack, like a banana or some nuts, and within a few weeks, the discomfort had subsided significantly. Giving up coffee isn't the problem. Changing when you drink it is. In order to stabilize blood sugar levels, buffer acidity, and decrease the stress response, it is recommended to have a small snack before your first cup. For those who start their day with a cup of coffee, consider switching up the order. If you've ever found that coffee makes you feel more nervous or agitated than normal, eating something before your coffee can help alleviate that. Even something as simple as some crackers, toast, or fruit can make a significant difference. The rapid absorption of caffeine on an empty stomach can lead to a more intense surge of energy and a subsequent crash. Instead of getting a quick energy boost and then crashing, eating first helps slow absorption and gives a more gradual boost. Think about whether you've given your body enough to work with before you take that first sip first thing in the morning. Shifting just a little bit of your routine can do wonders for your digestive health, energy levels, and overall well-being. Error number 4, moving too swiftly in the morning despite experiencing stiffness. Underestimating the severity of morning stiffness is one of the riskiest things a person can do after the age of 70. A lot of people think that waking up with a little stiffness in their joints is a natural part of getting older. They power through it, move swiftly, And don't give it much thought until a painful or even catastrophic fall results from a single misstep. Because your blood flow and muscular tension are both reduced while you sleep, your joints and muscles become rigid. Because the body makes less synovial fluid, the lubricant that keeps joints moving smoothly. As people age, this is more common in the elderly. And what was the outcome? It takes some time for your body to get ready for action after you wake up. You endanger yourself needlessly if you stand up too fast, lean in the wrong direction, or walk unsteadily. Recall an early morning when you awoke to the all too familiar ache in your knees, back, or shoulders. Even if your morning stiffness passed after a few minutes or you dismissed it as insignificant, continuing to ignore it can cause more serious problems, such as impaired mobility, chronic pain, or even an avoidable injury if you ignore it for an extended period of time. Consider a 78-year-old man like Walter. When he woke up stiff, he would just power through it because he always considered himself fairly active. After that, he was walking to the restroom one morning when he tripped and fell heavily on his hip. Because he hadn't warmed up his body before moving, that one moment caused months of recovery. The bright side is that it's easy to avoid making this error. Take a few moments to loosen up your joints before you even get out of bed. Warm up with some light wriggling of the fingers and toes, ankle rotation, and arm stretching. Then to ease your hips, perform some slow leg movements or knee lifts while lying down. Sit up straight, relax your shoulders, breathe deeply, and stretch lightly before getting to your feet. Although it doesn't require much time, it has a profound impact. Feeling slow and unsteady all day long can be replaced with confidence when you take a few extra minutes to gently move. Also, pay attention to your initial movements when you get out of bed. If you need to use a sturdy surface as a support, do not rush. This is particularly true if you are going to the restroom in low light. Your muscles and joints require time to acclimate, so it's best to take it easy at first. Therefore, pay attention the next time you feel slightly stiff upon waking, because maintaining an active and independent lifestyle begins with safeguarding your mobility, which starts the moment you roll out of bed. It is important to give your body the time it needs to gradually ease into movement. Please leave a comment, number 4, below to confirm your presence if you are still viewing the video and gaining value from its lessons. All right, let's finish this up. Concluding remarks. Before we end this video, I want you to reflect on how you start your day. Is it possible that you have unknowingly committed one of these errors? Even more so after the age of 70, the habits we establish first thing in the morning have a profound impact on our entire day. A robust, healthy morning routine doesn't require major overhauls. Rather, it consists of little tweaks that safeguard your body, maintain mental acuity, and guarantee that you feel your best first thing in the morning. Little adjustments, like taking it easy first thing in the morning, drinking water before meals, watching how you pour your coffee, or gradually increasing your level of physical activity as you begin your day, can have a big impact on your ability to remain active and independent and reduce the likelihood of needless health complications. It is not necessarily true, as many believe, that health issues will inevitably arise with advancing age. Your longevity, energy, and general health are greatly affected by the decisions you make on a daily basis, particularly in the early hours of the morning. Being aware is crucial. With this newfound knowledge, you can steer clear of these 4 pitfalls and establish a morning routine that will benefit your health for years to come. Which parts were the most striking to you? Do you believe you need to make any changes to your morning routine, or are you satisfied with the way you've been doing things so far? Please share with us one thing you learned today and how you intend to apply it in your life by leaving a comment below. We eagerly await your response. We value your opinion and encourage you to share it without reservation. Your comments are a wonderful source of inspiration and motivation for us. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video if you thought it was helpful and enjoyed it. Your support allows us to keep producing high-quality content that educates and motivates you. Please join us in our next video. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this one. Imagine someone like Edward, who is 74 years old. Every morning when he woke up, he would sway his legs over the edge of the bed to get out of bed. For a while, he hadn't given it much thought until he lost his balance in the morning. If he hadn't fallen onto his bed, things could have been a lot worse. He then knew he needed to change how he started his day. The answer is easy to understand and works. Instead of getting out of bed right away, you should follow these 3 steps. First, wiggle your toes and fingers and take a few deep breaths as soon as you open your eyes. This helps get the blood moving. Second, turn over on your side and slowly sit up, making sure your feet stay on the floor the whole time. Third, center yourself for a moment before you stand up. This means moving your ankles, stretching your arms, and giving your body time to get used to the new position. As you may already know, falls are a big risk for older people. They can lead to broken bones, hospital stays, and even long-term mobility issues. This small change in your habits can make it much less likely that you will get dizzy, lose your balance, or fall. If you've been rushing out of bed every morning, you might want to change how you do things. Some of those extra minutes spent in bed could save your life. Second, I forgot to drink water when I woke up each morning. Lots of people, mostly those over 70, make the big mistake of not drinking water first thing in the morning. Not drinking enough water is probably not the first thing that comes to mind when you wake up. You may feel a little thirsty after a few hours of sleep, though, which can be very bad for older people. You can sleep and still have a body that works. Your organs work. You breathe out air through your lungs, and you lose water through sweating and breathing. When you wake up, your blood is a little thicker, your circulation a little slower, and your body a little less efficient. It is very important to rehydrate quickly to avoid problems like high blood pressure, poor circulation, and even heart attack or stroke. Think about your first feelings when you wake up. Does having a dry mouth when you wake up happen to you often? Are your joints stiff in any way? You may have noticed that it takes longer for you to feel fully awake, or that you don't have as much energy as usual. If you don't drink enough water first thing in the morning, all of these things can happen. If you like coffee, you might be making the problem worse. A man who is 76 years old, like James, comes to mind. As soon as he woke up, he always went to get his coffee. He did it every day for many years. He had never really thought about it before, but as he got older, he started to feel dizzy and foggy-headed first thing in the morning. His doctor told him to drink water as soon as he woke up. After just a few weeks, he saw results. His energy level rose, he felt more awake, and the number of headaches he had decreased. Making sure you drink enough water is important for keeping your blood pressure, kidney function, and heart rate in good shape. A glass of water first thing in the morning can help keep things running smoothly if you have trouble digesting food. It will rehydrate your organs, get your blood flowing right, and get your metabolism going in the right direction. Try something small at first. If you don't usually drink water first thing in the morning, have a small glass of water. If that helps, put it next to your bed. If you like warm drinks, water with lemon squeezed into it works well too. After working so hard all night, your body needs to be well hydrated in order to work at its best. Do not wait until you are thirsty to drink. It's important to drink water first thing in the morning because you become dehydrated before you even realize it. The parts of your body will thank you. Please leave a second comment to let me know you're still here and watching the video. If you think these insights are helpful, please do so. Okay, let's move on. Third, don't eat or drink anything before coffee. This first cup of coffee is often seen as the official start of the day for many people. For many years, people have done the same thing every morning. They make a new cup and then go about their day. There is a catch, though. If you are over 70 years old, drinking coffee on an empty stomach may be bad for your health. You are physically weak and start the day without any food in your stomach. Hypoglycemia is marked by low blood sugar, a digestive system that is still developing, and high levels of the stress hormone cortisol. Since drinking coffee on an empty stomach can make that cortisol spike even higher, it can cause more stress on the body, stomach problems, and even long-term issues like acid reflux and stomach irritation. If you drink coffee in the morning and then feel nervous, dizzy, or even a little sick to your stomach, your body's trying to tell you something. The acidity of coffee can irritate the lining of an empty stomach, which can lead to indigestion, acid reflux, or heartburn in older people whose digestion is more sensitive. You might not even be aware that this irritation is becoming a daily problem. Think about someone 75 years old like Robert. He always drank black coffee first thing in the morning and then ate. At first, he didn't think much about it until his acid reflux symptoms returned more often. After seeing his doctor, he realized that drinking coffee first thing in the morning was making his digestive system work harder than it needed to. He thought it was because he was getting older or eating spicy foods. Before his coffee, he started eating a small snack like a banana or some nuts. After a few weeks, the pain was much less severe. The problem isn't giving up coffee, it's when you drink it. It is best to eat a small snack before your first cup of coffee to keep your blood sugar stable, lower your stress response, and buffer the acidity. If you drink coffee first thing in the morning, you might want to change the order. Have you ever noticed that coffee makes you feel more tense or anxious than usual? Eating something before your coffee can help calm you down. Fruit, crackers, or toast can make a big difference, even if they are very simple. If you drink caffeine on an empty stomach, it can make your energy rush stronger, but then it can make you crash. If you eat first, your body absorbs the food more slowly, which means you get a more gradual boost of energy. Have you given your body enough to work with? If not, think about that before you take that first sip in the morning. Making small changes to your daily routine can greatly improve your digestive health, energy, and general health. Fourth mistake, moving too quickly in the morning, even though you feel stiff. One of the most dangerous things a person over 70 can do is not taking their morning stiffness seriously enough. Many people believe that having stiff joints when you wake up is a normal part of getting older. They push through it, move quickly, and don't think about it much until one wrong step leads to a painful or even fatal fall. While you sleep, your muscles and joints get stiff because less blood flows to them and they are less tense. As people age, their bodies make less synovial fluid, which is what keeps joints moving smoothly. This happens more often in older people. How did things turn out? When you wake up, it takes your body a while to get ready to go. If you walk unsteadily, stand up too quickly, or lean in the wrong direction, you put yourself in danger for no reason. Think back to a time when you woke up early in the morning with a painful knee, back, or shoulder. Even if your morning stiffness went away after a few minutes or you didn't think it was important, ignoring it for a long time can lead to bigger problems like less mobility, chronic pain, or even an injury that you could have avoided. A man who is 78 years old like Walter comes to mind. Even if he woke up stiff, he would just get through it because he always thought of himself as pretty active. After that, one morning he was walking to the bathroom when he tripped and hit his hip hard. Because he hadn't warmed up before moving, that one instant set him back months. The good news is that this mistake is easy to avoid. Before you get out of bed, take a moment to loosen up your joints. Lightly move your fingers and toes, turn your ankles, and stretch your arms to warm up. Then, while you're lying down, move your legs slowly or lift your knees to loosen up your hips. Stand up straight, let your shoulders drop, take a few deep breaths, and lightly stretch before you stand up. Even though it doesn't take long, it makes a big difference. If you feel sluggish and unsteady all day, taking a few extra minutes to move slowly can make you feel more confident. Also, pay attention to the first things you do when you wake up. Do not rush if you need to use a strong surface as a base. This is especially important if it's dark outside and you need to go to the bathroom. It's best to take it easy at first so your muscles and joints can get used to the new activity. So, pay attention the next time you wake up feeling a little stiff. As soon as you get out of bed, protecting your mobility is the first thing that you should do to live an active, independent life. So give your body the time it needs to slowly get used to moving around. Feel free to leave a comment, number 4, below to let us know you are still watching the video and learning from its lessons. Let's get this over with now. Finally, some words. I want you to think about how you start your day before this video ends. Could it be that you made one of these mistakes without realizing it? The habits we form first thing in the morning have a big effect on our whole day, even more so after age 70. A strong, healthy morning routine doesn't need big changes. Instead, it's made up of small changes that protect your body, keep your mind sharp, and make sure you feel your best first thing in the morning. Little changes like taking it easy in the morning, drinking water before meals, watching how you pour your coffee, or slowly increasing how active you are as you start your day can have a big effect on your ability to stay active and independent and lower your risk of needless health problems. It's not always true, as many people think, that health problems will come up with getting older. The choices you make every day, especially first thing in the morning, have a big impact on how long you live, how much energy you have, in your overall health. Being aware is very important. Now that you know about these 4 mistakes, you can avoid them and start a morning routine that will be good for your health for years to come. What part stood out to you the most? Are you unhappy with the way you've been doing things in the morning, or do you think you need to make some changes? Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. We look forward to hearing from you. Your opinion is important to us, and you should feel free to share it. Your comments are a great way for us to get ideas and keep going. If you liked this video and thought it was helpful, please subscribe, like, and share it. Thanks for your help. We can keep making great content that teaches and inspires you. Thanks for watching this video. Please join us in our next one. Thank you for sharing this time with me. If today's message brought you a moment of peace or sparked something meaningful inside, I warmly invite you to subscribe and tap the bell so we can keep growing together. And if you feel inspired, please comment, "I'm still becoming." These simple words carry such strength and remind us all that life continues to unfold in beautiful ways. If this video touched your heart, consider sharing it with someone you care about. You never know whose spirit you might lift today. Until next time, take gentle care and remember your wisdom lights the way for others.